Hi, this is Keith McCrone again from Automotive Specialty Services. And again, thank you very much for joining me on this short video. Now, last week's video, I promised that I'd go through and talk a little bit about profit and how you can profit with ADAS. I went ahead and I put together this little chart here that's going to be talking about how to profit not just on sublet profit, but also productivity profit. And I'm going to explain that as we go along. Now I'm an auto repair shop owner, and I have been for 27 years. And also I've had a consulting company. I've had multiple auto repair shops, and you know as well as I do, business is all about profit. And I can share with you that ADAS is extremely profitable, especially if it's something that you're not handling yourself in your shop. If it's my business and I'm subletting something out and I'm making something on sublet, I can still continue to work and make money within the shop. And then on top of it, I'm making money on everything I sublet. So let's kind of dive into this here just a little bit. And first, I just want to make sure that you kind of understand what's going on here in this diagram. If you take a look at the very, very top, you're going to see in the top left talks about calibrations, programming, and also repairs. So these numbers that I'm going to be giving you, it encompasses all of them. I'm kind of going off of an average, and I'll explain what that means as we go along. So I'm averaging out when vehicles come in and they're being calibrated, or we're reprogramming them, or we're doing repairs such as alignments or wiring harnesses, or you name it. And again, we're going to move over to what you're going to be making off of these particular jobs here as far as sublet profit. I have 15% in there because that's generally what you're going to be making. You're going to make 15% off anything that is actually subletted out from your shop to ADAS Made Simple. We're going to help you increase productivity profit, which I'll talk about that. And then I'm going to break it down so you can see what it looks like over a week, a month, and a year, and how much you can profit. So first, let me just start off and talk about when we get vehicles into the shop. Sometimes it might be a simple, we do one calibration and the vehicle's done. Maybe it's going to need a calibration and alignment. The alignment is per the manufacturer. It's required before you do the calibration. But more often than not, there's other concerns with the vehicle. You might have a couple calibrations that need to be done. We might run into a situation where something needs to be programmed, or we also might run into a situation where, let's just say, other repairs are needed on the vehicle, maybe wiring harness, air conditioning recharges, you name it. But overall, what we're looking at, the average when a vehicle comes into our shop that's coming from a body shop that is having problems in the ADAS area, the average ticket is $750. So that's how we're coming to the number on that sublet profit of 15%. So if you take 750 minus 15%, that'd be 112.50. And if you can see, there's a number of cars per week. So if you're doing 2 cars per week, and you take that 112.50 times 2, that'd be $225 in profit. That's how we're coming up with that 225. If you want to know if it's on 4, we're taking 4 cars. So we're taking the 112.50, which is the profit per car, times it by 4, and that gives you 450. And then the same thing with the 6 cars. Now, let's talk about the productivity profit. Well, if you're somebody that's taking your vehicles and maybe taking them to the dealership, and or if somebody's coming in and tying up your bays and they're doing it at your shop, in that way, not only is the vehicle not being serviced correctly per the manufacturer, but it's tying up your bays. And if you're actually having somebody deliver a vehicle to a dealership and you're losing 2 people, well, obviously that's downtime with those individuals, and it's downtime at your shop, and you're losing productivity. And how did we come up with the productivity number? Well, it's really simple. I went on the very, very, very low side, so I'm looking at maybe if your labor rate is $100 an hour, and let's say it's an hour to drop off a car and pick it up. And usually parts follow labor. So if you spend, $100 in labor, usually you're going to get about $100 in parts. So, parts follow labor. So for every hour that you're gone there out of the shop, I just figured it's around $200. I guarantee it's going to be more than that, but for this example, I said 200. So $200 is what you're going to be missing when you have one vehicle. And if you take a look at the two vehicles per week, and you said $200 per car, times it by 2, that gives you $400. So if you look at the 4 cars per week and you look at the productivity, you're going to be looking at the 200 times 4, that gives you 800. Now, if we take that and we total these numbers, right, the 225 plus the 400, you're going to see that, the weekly profit that you can make on that is $625 per week. If you take that and move it now over per month, just with 2 cars per week, you're going to be 2,708, and over is a year period of time, that's 32,500. I mean, that's quite a bit of profit over a period of time. Plus, it's going to remove headaches from you. You don't have to worry about comebacks. There's all kinds of things that also helps you by sending these vehicles over to us and having us taking care of it and removing the problems and headaches that maybe you run into with the ADAS. And moving on to if you do the 4 cars per week, so second line, 4 cars per week, weekly you're looking at 1,250. Monthly, it's going to be 5,416, and then again yearly, it's going to be 65,000. If you look down to 6 cars per week, I mean, there's some body shops we work with and dealerships that are quite large. Obviously, they're going to be getting up to 6 cars per week. And if you take a look at the weekly, it's going to be 1,870. Monthly, it's going to be 8,103. And then yearly, it's going to be 97,240. And the reason why I'm showing you this is for a couple reasons. One, I don't want you to look at ADAS as a thorn in your side. I mean, if you got a good, reliable company that's going to take care of these things for you, this is a huge profit center for you. Just like me at my shop when we sublet things out. I mean, it's a profit center for us. And I understand in body shops, you guys profit in 4 key areas, which is sublet. There's also parts and material. And I'm sorry, not parts and material. It's going to be paint and material. So there's sublet, paint and material, parts, and labor. Those are the 4 key areas that you guys profit. Now, what I want to kind of help you guys here with is in the sublet side, and then also I'm looking at the productivity side. Again, I hope that you find this helpful. And again, if there's anything you guys need, please, I keep telling you my numbers, and I appreciate all the business that everybody's been giving us, but our number is 440-937-2886. If there's anything you need or have any questions, please reach out. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.